Hey my friends, we are live again after some time and we are actually at the beautiful place. We have the sunshine and I wanted to talk a little bit about what to do before we do anything. So we will wait a little bit so people will show up. To see the chat and everything because I can't see you. Okay, let me know if you can hear me, let me know if you can see me. Let me know if everything is working. Hey my friends, write in the chat from where you're all coming from to see where you all guys are coming from. Oh, that's nice, it's working. We have some birds right now. We have a beautiful day, truly beautiful day. It's nice. Romania. It's winter here in Slovenia, but it feels like a summer right now. It's truly amazing. We have people from South Africa. Hello there. Hello from Slovenia. Beautiful. So I came here and I said, well, we can share this moment together. So I named this video Before You Do Anything. Before you do anything. Because as we can see all the craziness that is happening on the world, we easily respond to it from a certain emotional state. Sometimes from fear, sometimes from anger when we feel that it's unnatural what is happening. Yeah, I'm live. Welcome here. Welcome everyone. So we are usually emotionally reacting to the world, right? And I want to talk about what to do before we do anything. What to do before we emotionally react. Blessings to all of you, love to all of you, my friends. Firstly, thank you all for being here. Thank you all for being part of this AttractPassion community. It's a growing into a truly beautiful, loving community, and I'm grateful to all of you. I love us all here. Great, perfect. Yeah, we have a sunshine here. I hope you can receive some of that because it's a I don't know how, it's hard to explain, but it feels so beautiful. And I can see the sea waves. Maybe I can show you. So I can see a gentle sea waves. Good morning to those of you who are waking up. I can see those gentle sea waves, and you can sense the calmness of it. You can sense that gentle energy, how everything is moving with ease. And we can learn from that. We can learn from that we should move through life with this as well. Like not rushing. Not rushing, not like pushing and forcing everything, but actually moving with that gentle flow. To recognize when we are putting too much of energy into something and when we could actually put more energy into something. You know, where is that balancing state? We can learn that from that gentle flow of the water. And then there are birds playing around. I have a tea here, so here and there I'm coming out like that, and I'm just observing, just being. So I wanted to talk about what to do before you do anything. So how to observe our reaction towards the environment. Thank you, Kipa. Thank you all for all your beautiful words. You are all truly appreciated, all of you. Okay, see you all here. Yes, exactly. Observing nature complete our existence. That's true. Before we respond to what is happening, before we react to what is happening, we can just be. We can just be, we can observe, and that's where all manifestation starts happening. That's where everything starts happening, because many times people ask like how to influence your reality, how to manipulate my reality. But our reality is coming from our beingness, from the character, the identity. And identity is usually shaped by our thoughts and emotions, how we are thinking about ourselves, all the stories that are running in our minds about ourselves, and the stories which we believe in. What are we believing about ourselves? Those are the subconscious patterns which are constantly active. And if we don't change the subconscious patterns, we are constantly reacting based on those patterns. What we think about what is happening, what we believe about what is happening, what we think we should do, what we truly believe we should do, and all of that. But once we start observing, we go beyond that mind dimension, beyond that body dimension, and we become observers. Observer is beyond mind and body, because observer is not judging, mind is judging. Observer is not reacting, body is reacting. Observer is beyond that. And observer is just looking on everything. Like you would see here some trees. They are standing in stillness, completely present, deeply rooted in the ground. Deeply rooted in the ground, completely grounded. Observer is just observing, not judging what is good and what is bad, just observing. That's where we open ourselves to the creative mind, to the creative imagination. We are making everything into meditation. That's the point. So once we become observers, we are beingness before we do anything. We are just being before we do anything. That's where we become creative. Sometimes people are writing me like how to become more creative. Many times I meet artists here. Many people started creating, producing artworks because of the videos that I'm posting. It's kind of creative content. And many times people are writing me like how to become more creative. And we can only become more creative when we become more present, and we can only become more present when we stop reacting to what is happening, when we stop judging, when we stop comparing ourselves to what is happening and comparing with others and thinking about if we are worthy enough, if we are good enough, is our work good enough, will people accept what we are doing? Hello everyone. So there is no need to there is no need to compare yourself with anything, because you're already unique. You're already enough. So much love here in the community. You're a beautiful community. So you see, you don't need to actually do anything to be okay with what and who you are. At the first place, you don't need to do anything. You just need to be aware. At the first place, you just need to be aware and be that observer, not judging what is good, what is bad, because a lot of things are happening right now. We can see a lot of things are happening right now, and the strongest pain, the strongest suffering is coming from judging what is happening. It's almost hard not to judge. But we need more creative people right now. We need more creativity right now in the world. Through creativity, we are putting and producing new things, putting out changes. We are making changes. And by taking actions, we are becoming the change that we wish to see. Yes. After observer comes creator. That's it. Always honoring Gaia. So I hope you're all having a beautiful day. So once we go beyond our minds and just observe, we open the channel to our higher self again. Because we all choose to come here, and the higher self already knows why we are here, what is our mission, what is our purpose, what to bring to the world, why things are happening. Deep inside, we all know that. That's the dimension of the higher self. But as we've been born as physical selves, we've kind of lost that connection. So we can meet again. We can learn about ourselves again. So life can become more interesting. Once we gain that as a skill, to learn to create the connection between yourself and your higher self, once we gain that skill, it will become natural. We don't need to go through those reincarnations again, because now we know the skill. Now we know the skill. We can only achieve that state once we become observers. And that awakening that is happening on the world right now, the awakening that is happening on the world right now is the awakening to the realization, when we are following our minds and when we are following our hearts, when the heart is speaking, when the mind is speaking, whom to listen or what to listen, and what to do at the present moment. How to realign or reconnect back with the heart voice through which the higher self is speaking to you, through which the source is speaking to you, the universe is speaking to you. How to know all of that? How to recognize the difference between mind and the body, right? How to recognize the difference between mind and the heart. The heart is always expressing in feelings, right? When we feel something. Hey, good morning. Good morning to everyone. For those of you who are coming probably from USA, is it a morning? How's the time at your place? Because here it's 1 p.m. And UK, hey, welcome. Welcome everybody here. Well, it's a lot of time difference. 6:50, okay. 1:50, oh, great. So for those of you, some of you are like truly young, I mean early birds, right? Just waking up, 5:50. Congratulations to all of you who are waking up earlier, before the sun. That's the best thing we can do in the morning, waking up before the sun, to experience that calmness in the morning. For everyone who is asking where can you find my art, where can you buy my art, it's on our Etsy shop, I Draw My Passion. If you will write on the Etsy shop, I Draw My Passion, or you can find the links in the description of the video, and you will find everything there. And thank you for all your support. If you're always awake at 3 a.m., then the question is what is happening at that time. You know, our melatonin level deep in the brain is at the highest point around 1 and 3 a.m. in the morning. And at that time, we are deeply open for some mystical experiences because our first eye is more opened. We are more acceptable for the higher frequencies. Actually, the function of melatonin is to prepare the brain to see more light, to see higher frequencies, to influence the brain to receive higher, or to experience, to be able to see higher frequencies, higher light. And for people which are constantly waking up at 3 a.m., between 1 and 3 a.m., usually those are moments where we start downloading certain information, certain ideas. For some people it happens through voices, some people experience it through visions, right? Many times I was waking up and I was experiencing visions for my art. Sometimes I was getting downloads, what to talk in the next video. But then I've learned that I can do it in meditation, and I started sleeping really good. So now I'm not waking up anymore during the night, so I can have a great quality of sleep. And I can download things during meditations. So, but it's great. If it happens to you during the night, it's truly great. Just go into it, research what is happening, what are you experiencing. Okay, the question, if I'm remembering my dreams. So, some of them I remember, some of them not. But we can train ourselves. For some time I was doing a practice, like every time after I woke up, I started writing what I was dreaming about. And after 2 weeks I became like, I started remembering all the dreams. Also, as soon as you wake up, if you start writing your dreams, you will see that you will remember more details from your dreams. And if you start reading what you've been dreaming about, you can find the meaning inside those dreams. You will be able to recognize the meaning inside your dreams, and you can connect that meaning with your life. Sometimes it's connected with our subconscious beliefs. Sometimes it can be connected with messages from the soul, with the inner beingness. Sometimes it can be maybe connected with your past lives, or whatever. There can be many things, but usually through our subconscious mind we are receiving this kind of information, what is important on our present life's journey. So writing our dreams down can be truly powerful if you want to, even if you have a feeling that you want to remember more of your dreams, it's already a sign for you that do something about it, because something is in your dreams which maybe you need to know about. How do I feel about the ascending days about 5D world? So what I feel about it, that we all can contribute to the awakening. I would never say that it will happen exactly at that date, because it all depends of what are we doing at the present moment. Our actions are actually creating the reality, so we can't say like it will happen at that date. Until then we just need to wait. Changes can only happen when we start changing ourselves. When each individual starts changing and healing our past traumas, our past limited beliefs, we start letting go of that, and we become more present, and we become greater observers. We stop judging what is happening. We start observing how to be more creative, how to judge less and create more. And that's the real awakening. The fifth dimension, if we go into quantum physics, is the dimension of the present moment. The fourth dimension is awareness of time. Third dimension is this physical dimension of 5 senses. As soon as we start feeling something, we are already stepping into that fifth dimension, because feeling can only happen in the present moment. You can't feel something if you are lost in the mind, right? You can't be emotionally aware if you're lost in our thinking. So fifth dimension means complete awareness. The great awakening into the 5D world, as we're talking about, is the awakening of the complete awareness of this present moment. So we can't say at this day it will happen, but we can say that if we are practicing it every single day, it will happen sooner. Actually, it doesn't even matter when it will happen, because if you're practicing it, you're influencing your environment, so it's already happening. Okay, I see about the WhatsApp number. I want to say there was a scam in the comments. I'm sorry about that. I've reported it to YouTube. I received some messages, so do not interact with anyone who has my photo as the cover photo or a similar name if there is no blue badge beside the name. So my name on YouTube is AttractPassion and the blue badge. But sometimes there are certain scammers under the comments which are like writing to contact them on WhatsApp, like I have something new and something like that. Sometimes they were like, this is sign from God, contact me, I have something new, like some weird things. Do not interact with it if it's not my name with the badge. So I saw there was a scammer in the comment section. I've reported it and it was removed, and there was a new one and it was removed. So things are happening. We need to be aware. It all comes back to the awareness. Sometimes people want to make fast money. And yeah, true. Sometimes people want to make fast money and they start with the scamming things. It's probably artificial intelligence. Somebody made a program which is working that automatically, copied the name and the photo and automatic comments, and then people fall into that. So I want to remind you that when we become more aware, those things can't happen anymore. We sense when something is truth and when something is a scam. We sense that. So we need to become more aware in our daily lives. When it comes to everything, not just spiritual practices, but daily lives. When it comes to how we are investing money, we need to be aware how we are investing money, how we are treating each other. It all comes to that. So when we are talking about the spiritual practices, we are talking about how to live life more aware, how to embody these practices in our daily lives. Right? You know that if I would give you my number, I would send you love, not some scamming things, right? So we need to be aware of that. We need to be aware in our daily lives what is happening. So thank you all for all the love. You're all truly beautiful. It feels so good to be here. So I used to react to what is happening until I became aware that it's much better to be grateful. It's much better to be grateful, to stop myself, to separate myself from the action and to think really deeply. To think really deeply. What could be the best thing to do right now? How not be victimized by what is happening, and how to creatively respond to what is happening. Because, you know, in the past, when I was starting my journey, that creative expression journey, the art journey, when I was starting that, I was struggling with money. Because me and Maya, we quitted our jobs, we went to travel. We said we will be traveling as long as we will find ourselves. But then we've been traveling until we've spent all our money. And that's where our school began. We've spent all our money, unconsciously actually. We were sitting in a car. We felt that something is wrong, so we said, let's check our bank accounts, and we found out we have 100 euros. I think it's a bit more than $120 or $110, something like that. So we've been sitting in the car stressed out because we didn't have enough to go back home. We were in Spain. We didn't have enough to go back home. The drive back, we've been there by car, and if we wanted to go back home, we would need at least 300 euros or 350 or maybe 500 euros to go back home. We had 100 euros. So since then, we've been sleeping in a car for 3 weeks, trying to figure out, and the first week was like full of fear, of anger, like how stupid we are that it happened, that we let it happen. You know, you go through all those emotions that your body can experience. Then you see a homeless person there, and you start thinking, will we end up there? Is this our future? But you know, after 6 days of sleeping in a car and not knowing what to do, I've experienced such a peace, such a peaceful experience, such a peace, like my heart was saying to me at that time. My heart was saying to me at that time, said like, you have enough knowledge, you have enough wisdom, you can't be like, you can't end up like homeless. You have a lot to give. That's what my heart said. And soon after that, some synchronicity started happening. At that time I was selling my old mountain bike. For 1 year I was selling it. But that exact day, there in the car, somebody was calling me that he wants to buy my bike. I don't know from where he appeared, but at the same time he sent me the money. It was 1,000 euros. And that was the point where we decided to go back home and start our journey. As soon as we get back home, I started painting. I started making videos, daily paintings. I was consistent, and through consistency, I've experienced a lot of growth, a lot of evolution, a lot of experiences. And as I said before, when you know what you want, and when you're doing everything you can to get it, the whole universe conspires to make it happen for you. The whole universe conspires to make it happen for you. Synchronicity starts happening when we know what we want. We have that clear vision of the future, even if we don't know how things will happen, how things will find us, how will we manifest those dreams and visions. The universe conspires to make it happen for you, to help you, to support you. Just keep up, stay consistent. And then some first things started happening. I've sold some first paintings for not so much money, but enough to buy new colors, to invest back into painting, to buy a canvas and to paint more. And I've sold those new paintings then, and everything was supporting me to do more of that. So at some point, me and Maya decided, let's open our company, because successful entrepreneurs, successful people have their own companies, right? We said, well, if we truly want to go big, we need to open the company, let's make it official. We had no clients at that time. Some random people bought my art for almost no money. But we've been grateful. We had that vision. We opened the company, and then we noticed that in the country there's a program for young entrepreneurs. If you have a truly great idea, a business plan, there was a certain amount of money which you can get if they accept your idea. So I entered into that program. I was so enthusiastic about it. I said, well, I'm creating art which is connected with psychology, with energy, with a bit of physics and metaphysics and so on. And my idea is to bring messages through the art to people, to help them, to uplift them, to inspire them. So I started making some products like phone cases with my art on, so people in the offices can be inspired by creative ideas. Those were the beginnings. You know, I was always meditating on that, and when I've received an idea, I made it happen. Like, I put it into action. So it's so important, I'm always saying it's so important to put it into action. When you receive an idea, put it into action. Do not wait on it. Then after that, when that process started, I got a business mentor, completely intuitively, like the universe just brought it to me. She found my business plan, a truly intuitive woman, truly like huge-hearted person. She said, like, I felt your idea so much, I want to help you. And it just happened that she had a contact of a gallery where I can have an exhibition. And I had that huge first exhibition there where I met a lot of, I met clients, I met those what are called art critics, people which observe your art and then they explain it from their professional, artistic kind of level. I received lots of beautiful words and And I've met clients, I've met people who were interested in my work. Those were my beginnings. I love Alex Gray's work. I love his work. Truly, truly amazing. So that's where I've begun. But I was always more inspired, like to bring messages. Then paintings are for me like a vehicles of the messages. And I wanted to talk about it. I wanted to talk behind the paintings. I wanted to bring certain messages because I know, especially in art industry, many young artists are like so creative, but they don't know what to do with that. They don't know how to bring that art to the world. So many, you see, most people are left-brained people, analytical, thinking, constantly analyzing. Those people are not creative. Those people are craving the art. Consciously or unconsciously, those people are craving the art. And art can be anything. You don't need to be a drawer or painter. I love people which are with their creative expression fixing cars. You see their passion in their eyes. I've just met my mechanic a few years ago. He's doing it with such a great passion that I love to bring my car to him when there was something wrong to fix it. Right? You know exactly when somebody is passionate. And when you are on that vibration... Oh, we are back. Sorry for the disruption. I'm filming that on the phone and Maya was calling me. So yeah, if you need a doctor, you will meet a passionate doctor. If you need, I don't know who, if you're on that vibration of passion, you will meet more people like that. So before we do anything, we need to know ourselves. We need to be aware of our vibrational state. Because everything is a reflection of that. So I'm sending love to everyone who is going through hard times right now. And I want to say that the breakthrough is coming. Like I always say, the darkest night is just before the sunrise. So always get back to yourself. Always get back to yourself. Yes, that's true. There are so many people which decided to uplift others because they found out that that's their mission. Are you still here? Can you still see me? Can you still hear me? Yeah, we shouldn't be afraid of the storms. The storms are here. Like, if we go into the nature, sometimes there's a beautiful sunny day like now, and sometimes there's a rainy day. Sometimes there's a strong wind. Sometimes there's a strong snow. It's all part of nature. When it comes to our personal life, sometimes we have that flow and dizziness, and miracles and beautiful moments. And sometimes we have those challenges where we don't know how will we pay the bills, how will we find the solution, how will we move through certain moment. We are dealing with all of that. But if we are looking on that from that dimension of observer, we see everything as a part of life. Like I said in one of the videos, those are just waves in the ocean. We can't change the waves, but we can change the direction in which we are going. When challenges are there, we can't change challenges, but we can change our direction. You know that challenges are repeating as long as we go beyond them. Challenges are repeating as long as we go beyond them. Once we go beyond them, we recognize the lesson in the challenge. Once we recognize the lessons in the challenge, we can decide that we want to improve ourselves, to make it better, to become a better person. Or do we want to stay the same? If we want to stay the same, we are back in the cycle. If we are willingly ready to improve ourselves, our behaviors, to recognize our unconscious patterns and change them, become more aware of your unconscious self and change it. Like, what are the habits, the toxic habits that we're constantly repeating it, but we could change them? What are the patterns that we are repeating, but we could be more, maybe more creative, more productive, more kind, more loving? What are the changes that we can apply to make our lives more meaningful? And then become it. Right, as tomorrow is coming a full moon, maybe more and more people right now can be a bit more emotional, which is great. Emotions are usually bringing us the energy from the past. Yeah, there's many birds here. I think they are celebrating the sun right now. So the first stage towards awakening is becoming an observer, not judging what is good, what is bad, but just observe. Take time to respond. You don't need to do everything fast. And trying to read the comments. There's more people now, so feel free to write where are you coming from, my friends. It's beautiful to see all of you. Coming from Earth. That's amazing. That's amazing. I'm from space, probably. Yeah, true. It's all about nature, energy, spirituality, art, life. That's life. So if there's any questions, you can feel free to write. Feel free to write any questions. We've been talking a bit about things, what to do before you do anything. We've been talking about fifth dimension, the present moment, the awareness, the state of awareness. How do we overcome wasted time and regret? That's such a great question. So, there is no wasted time. It's all in the past. Only you can think about how much time you've wasted. And more you're thinking about it, more you think and believe that you're wasting it. So, do something you love to do, and you will start feeling that way. It's all about what we are consuming. Another break. Okay, we are back. So if you feel a lot of regret, if you feel like you're wasting your time, think about what you're, like if you go into the deep into the deep level of your heart. If you slow down, you know, usually we are rushing. If you slow down, if you slow down for a moment and place your attention into your heart, there's something going on inside. There's a feeling which is saying to you, what you need to prepare for, right? What you want to do actually. Because each experience is actually preparing us for the next experience, but we can't see the lessons if we're lost in our minds. So regret can only be in the past. We can't regret if we are truly living right. If we go outside and observe the beauty and then we say, well, I want to do something, and then we do it, and then we read a good book, and then we meditate a little bit, and then we talk with nice people, and then we eat something, and then we do something we like to do. Maybe you go to work and you do something there. It's not a wasted time. It's like I said before, we are the students of life. We are learning. We are not wasting that. We are learning, constantly learning. Constantly learning. So when we say that we are wasting our time, we are in those lower emotional states, emotionally reacting like we've been talking before. When we become more like, when we become observers back again, what is happening? Oh, look, the grass is moving in the wind, the ocean, the sea is kind of flowing in that gentleness. We don't feel like regret anymore. We feel like everything is the way it needs to be. And then do what you love to do. Our ancient ancestors knew that there are few aspects we need to about our lives we need to be aware of. One is to be active, to move your body. Then it's eat healthy food, eat natural food. And then there's a peace of mind. Take care of your mind. Take care of what are you observing, what kind of information you are perceiving, because it all affects on your mind. How are you talking? And then be grateful. Express gratitude. Gratitude will uplift your spirit. You will feel better. Express gratitude for what you have. You will see more things to be grateful for. Hey everyone. More and more people are joining us here, right? So, I think we will finish it here. So, I'm sending love to all of you, my friends. Blessings and power, right? Lots of power. Okay, if there's any more questions, maybe we can talk about it. Just the last thing. So currently I'm in Slovenia, on the beach, on the seaside of Slovenia, under the sun. So if there's any questions, okay, what's your thoughts on numerology? So maybe if you're watching my videos, here and there I'm talking about numerology. Sometimes when it comes to the full moon, I research a bit of everything. Those are ancient science. Like, this is the ancient science behind numbers. When it comes to frequencies, we can only measure frequencies in numbers. And each number is bringing a certain information, certain meaning. So if we are able to read the meaning behind the numbers, we are able to read the frequencies. We are able to understand the mathematics more deeply. And everything is a mathematics. The physics, right, the quantum physics, it's all in numbers. Everything is in numbers. So we can't say that, we can't say that numerology is all there is, like it's the only correct thing. But it's part of the truth. It's part of the expression of the truth. We have astrology then, we have physics, we have quantum physics, then we have all different science. But if we go into ancient times, there were magicians which were like researching the laws of nature before numerology. They were researching the laws of nature. That's the ancient wisdom. So I love numerology because it brings us a bit of different understanding of what we forgot through the ages, right? Now in the modern times, most people are following that way of understanding that everything is the way that news represents to us. But there's much more than meets the eye, right? We all know that. So through numerology you can find a lot about your name. You can find a lot about your date of the birth. You can find a lot about each day, what the day is bringing us, what kind of energy is behind the day, the year. But it's all just a part of the truth. So that's why we had philosophers. Philosophy is basically bringing us love for wisdom. So philosophy is teaching us to be curious about everything. Know something about numerology, know something about astrology, know something about biology, know something about like physics, know something about quantum physics, know something about the laws of nature, know something about the mind, know something about the spirit, the soul. Be curious, because curious person is always open for knowledge. That's why, as I said before, philosophy means having love for wisdom. Because love without wisdom is like heart without any defense. Heart without any defense, so it can easily be broken, it can easily be hurt. It's hard to spread love if you don't know how to spread it. It's hard to open your heart if you don't know how to open your heart, right? It's hard to connect people if we don't know how to connect people. That's why we need wisdom. We need to be curious to know all of that, because we can have open hearts, we can be loving people, but if we don't have that wisdom, how to protect ourselves, how to spread love, how to connect with one another, what is the real meaning of life, what is the real meaning of this moment of your life, why are you here? We need all of that. That's the philosophy. For those of you who are asking, I'm 26 years old. I'm 26 years old. Let's celebrate that. No, I'm 94. Oh, I'm 27, sorry. Sorry for that. Sometimes I forgot. I'm 94. I was born on 3rd of September, 3 and 9, 1994. So as somebody wrote what the number 11 means, one always represents a beginning, a first thing. We can say first eye, which is known as the third eye. Beginning, creation, creativity, intuition, which is the core compass of our lives, of course, if we are listening to it. But 11 is a master number because there are two ones, which is doubling the energy of the number 1. Oh yes, Sadhguru has have a birthday at the same day. Maybe one day we will make together a celebration, a live stream. We'll see. So I'm telling you, be curious about everything. Don't say, well, I know everything about that. We never know everything. Like, I think Pluto said. No, it was not Pluto. The only thing I really know is that I know nothing. It was Socrates, right? The beginning of Greek philosophy. The only thing I know is that I know nothing. Which basically means that once we start learning about things, we actually find out that we don't know anything about it. What we've been told was such a limited idea of what life is all about, that when we start learning more about life, we actually find out that we have no idea what life is all about, what this reality is all about, how the universe works, how everything is different than we've been taught. There is still so much to know. You're so right. So we need to be curious. We need to be students, constantly learning, right? Constantly learning. So there's a question, how did you learn so much on YouTube? Consistency, my friends. It's all consistency. Everything in the universe is consistency. Even our subconscious mind is built on consistency, consistent repetition of certain actions or thoughts will build yourself, your character. Consistency is the key. Whatever we are doing, when, when we are consistent with it, and if we are open for learning, so we can grow, we become better at it, and we make results. That's right, curiosity and consistency. If we're consistent, but always open for knowledge, for wisdom, for lessons, we will grow, and growth make results. And when somebody wrote, my problem is to focus, well, focus is a muscle. Focus is a muscle. Train your focus. Usually we are training distraction. Usually we are training distraction. We grab a phone, we scroll on social media, we talk a little bit with people, we do a bit of that. When we are eating, we are doing some other things. When we are doing some other things, we are thinking about eating, right? We are constantly distracting ourselves. If we want to train focus, we need to train focus. So on the East, they have a practice of training focus. For example, monks. I think it's called something flower something. You observe the flower and you're recognizing the beauty of the flower. You can do the same with a candle. You just observe it. You put a timer on your phone for 5 or 10 minutes. I'm just explaining here. The question was, how do you train focus? So I'm just explaining. There's a practice. You can go outside and observe a plant, a flower, a tree, or whatever. Or if you're at home, turn on the candle and put a timer on your phone for 5 or 10 minutes and just observe it. Every time when you recognize a thought, go back to the thing that you're observing and just look at it and find the new things at it. If you're observing the flower or the tree, you will constantly be seeing new details, more details. More details. Oh, there's something new. Oh, there's something new. If you're observing the candle, it's constantly moving, so it's so interesting to watch, and you will see thought will appear, but do not pay attention to the thought. Pay attention to what you're observing, and go back to it. And start with 2 minutes. Go to the 5 minutes, and after 2 weeks, go to the 10 minutes. After 1 month, go to 20 minutes. It's meditation, it's practice. That's how can we train the focus. And it all starts there. We are actually living at a time where it's a must thing to do. Because we are at the age of information, and information is jumping from all the places. So it's so easy to be distracted. Like, it's almost impossible to not be distracted. And we need to have a strong focus. We need to build that muscle of focus. So we can breathe, and we can be, and we can enjoy being. Not doing anything, we can enjoy being and feeling good about it. And we can feel grateful for just being. People will ask, how can you be grateful? And you will say, well, I'm just being. I'm grateful to be grateful. So if there's any more questions, maybe we can take another one. Only good things are happening. How to active chakras? With your attention. So if we want to activate our chakras, our energy centers, or the wheels of light, of life, how it was called in Sanskrit, we place our attention to it and we give it life. We give it order. Most of them usually are out of order because the way we live our lives. So if you place your attention to it and you bring calmness to it, easiness or gratitude, it will go back into balance. If you do that with each center, you will balance each center, and at the end you will feel much more balanced. Much more balanced. So make a practice out of it. You can go into meditation, close your eyes, calm your mind down, breathe in, breathe out, and relax. And then go onto each center with your attention for a few minutes and just feel if you can sense anything. Sometimes we can sense tension, sometimes we can sense fear, sometimes we can sense that it's out of balance. And treat them like a little friends. Treat them like a little friends. Take care of them. Because they are centers of the life force which is giving you life. So we need to take more care for it. I love the way how Dr. Joe Dispenza is teaching to balance the energy centers, because it's an intense practice but really deep and really profound. And it really works. Like, many people have experienced healing after it. Because it's really powerful. How our attention is powerful. Just knowing that. You know, every time when you think about it, when you think about something, you double your synaptic connections. If you're thinking about something for 1 hour, you double your synaptic connections in the brain. That's the power of attention. If you place your attention into your certain energy center, you will increase the energy in it. If your intention is healing, you will increase the healing energy in it. If your intention is love, you will increase love in it. If your intention is abundance, you will get your vibration onto vibration of abundance. So it's all the power of attention. And it's proven in science, in quantum physics. You can place attention onto another person and you can energetically affect on that person. You can heal, a distance healing, it's called. You place your attention onto a certain person. If you know the name and how that person looks like, you place your attention there and you think about healing. You raise your energy onto the healing energy. Think about how it feels when we are healthy. And we can heal that person. It's all proven by science. Okay, we've been disconnected again. Just a moment. Okay, we are back. We are back. If you can still see me, hear me. No, I didn't sell the original Brave as a Lion. It was a gift to Maya's mother. It was a gift to Maya's mother, so it's not available. Only prints of it. Only prints of it are available. I received many questions if it will be available, but sorry, only prints of it. I'm sending love, like somebody wrote if I can send love to Germany, I think. I'm saying, oh no, sun, if I can send sun, I can send lots of sun. Okay, what are my thoughts about marijuana, weed? So what are my thoughts? I know many people which are smoking it a lot, and I've noticed that many people became really much slower than they were before, without any judgment or anything. So I think the problem is that we become addicted to certain emotional state. We become addicted to certain emotional state. So those people say that weed is not addictive, marijuana is not addictive, but our emotions are addictive. If we say, I can only calm myself down or I can only fall into sleep when I smoke, then those people are addictive to that state. And if you ask yourself how I put myself into that state, and the answer is, well, I need to smoke, then you're addicted to that. And I don't like anything which is outside of me to change my state. And through any meditation, we can experience calmness if we are practicing that. Because I'm a creative person, I had a hard time falling to sleep every time. When I was younger, until before I started meditation, I had hard times falling into sleep. Because every time when I close my eyes, I start creatively thinking. I had this, those are not problems, it's a gift, but when you want to sleep, it is a problem sometimes. And I know many people which are dealing with similar thing, and those people started smoking. But then those people started smoking also when they went under stress and when they are dealing with some hard things, and then suddenly they're smoking all the time. And then they say, well, I can't calm myself down if I'm not smoking. And the same people say, well, it's not addictive. Our states of beings, our emotions are addictive. So I don't say it's bad or it's good or whatever. But I think we don't need that. Truly, even breathing is producing that DMT, which is the same molecule as we generate when people smoke weed. Through breathing, you can produce even greater level of that DMT, which also raises the melatonin level, and we experience visions and different mystical experiences through breathing and meditation, internal focus. Oh, we have Maya now here in the community. So today Maya is not here with me because because I went alone into the nature. I was not planning this, but making this live. But I had such a great time, and I wanted to share some of that energy with you. Yeah, with mushrooms and that, it's much different. I've never tried it, but in ancient times, they looked on it as divine plants, plants of the truth. When people forget about from where they are coming from, they went through that process. But we should not abuse it. Like shamans are doing that, but they're truly treating it with such a respect, and they're the whole processes that you need to go through in order to make a positive experience out of it. And about the breathing techniques, you can try Wim Hof breathing. It's, for me, the most powerful method. Wim Hof breathing method. If you want to produce DMT, try it out. Do like 3 or 4 series of it and try it out. Okay, what do you think about the switch of age of Pisces to the age of Aquarius? So there's many aspects to that, and according to Mayans calendar, it said that at the present times that we're in right now, we are shifting into the age of Aquarius. And age of Aquarius is all about the inner truth, the inner wisdom, the understanding of the self, understanding of life, going beyond the illusion of the self, remembering back who we are. And that shifting process is usually painful because we are going from the known into unknown. And when we are in the known state, and if we can choose to go into the unknown or go into another known, most people will choose the known state. So usually there needs to be a certain force of life which will push people to step into the unknown, to recognize that there's greater meaning to life, that there's a greater beauty to life. And that's what is happening right now. We can see many forces are pushing us to do certain things. And we truly need to be aware of doing things not out of anger or fear, but going to that state of observer, as we've been talking at the beginning, and act and respond out of that state of observer, not judging good and bad, but creatively thinking how to apply changes, how to make things more beneficial, how to bring more meaning to the world. What are my real values of life? What are my real values, and how to bring more valuable, how to produce more valuable things to the world? How to bring more values to the world? That's, for me, that shift into the age of Aquarius. It is happening, but it's not like many people think it will happen in few weeks or few months or few years. It's like 100 years or 150 years or or even more if we would go deeper into astrology. So it will take probably more generations, but we can already feel the shifts. And those of you who are working on the changes, you are already there. Those of you who are meditating, who are like healing the past, releasing the old limited beliefs, the stored emotions, the stored energy, you are already there. So it's not about waiting it. It's not about waiting the changes, waiting the age of Aquarius, waiting the fifth dimensional Earth. It's about bringing it into now, like bringing heaven on earth. It's a state of being. So astrology is kind of working in cycles, but if everything is quantum, we can manifest it when we become it. When our identity will embody that age of Aquarius, that inner truth. And we can only embody it once we know it, once we understand it. And we can only understand it if we experience it. And we can only experience it if we practice it. So we need to practice it in order to become it. So tomorrow will be the last full moon of the year, which is a great time to let go of the old. A great time. And at the time of the new year, as we are entering into the 1st of January, it is the new beginning. 1/1 is bringing us powerful changes. So many people decide at that time what they will do, but then they never do it. When there's a strong decision, we need to support it with our actions. And when it comes to actions, we need to let go of the old beliefs, because old beliefs are not supporting those changes. If we don't let go of old beliefs, we will stay old selves. And old self is not supporting new changes, so we fall back into old patterns. And how to let go of the old beliefs? Create new beliefs, which will support those new changes. This is the time. I've made a video about the full moon. You can go and check it out. The previous video about the full moon. Let go of the old and create a new self. It's all a story. Life is but a dream, and dream is made in story. So create a story which can empower that dream, which can uplift you, which can inspire you. Think about that, be inspired by other stories which are bigger than you. Be inspired by the stories which are bigger than you. Thank you to Maya. So Maya is making sure that you're receiving your orders. Maya is making sure. So let's express some gratitude to Maya for her hard work. Recently, like in December, she's working really hard, and I'm truly grateful for her. Like having such an amazing support in the background, it's so incredible. I'm so grateful. So okay, Maya is saying to tell you how the full moon is affecting my personality. It's more affecting my state of being. Like, I've noticed for the last 4 months, I've noticed that I became really emotional. Like, my emotions comes to the surface. And if I write down how I think and how I feel, I become so aware that I experience a rush of creativity. I experience that truly intense healing energy. But if I do not do it, I feel so lost. I feel like there's a huge brick on my back and I don't know what to do. So when I go through comments, I see that many people are feeling similar energies, emotions, feeling really emotional. And when we say feeling emotional, depends of what kind of energy and emotion is blocked within you. It can be fear from the past, it can be unresolved anger, it can be something from the relationships, it can be certain envy, jealousy. You know, all of that energy can be stored in the times of full moon, because moon is uplifting emotions, it's a feminine energy. It is reminding us of that, what we need to release, what we need to let go. What is blocking us, what is holding us back. And it's a blessing, truly. When we feel emotional at the times like that, at the times of full moon, there's a reason to that. If you can sense how you feel, even if you can't sense, but you feel that there's certain tension or there's something happening within your body, go deeper into it. Take time for yourself. Go alone for a walk or take time for meditation. Just close your eyes and observe. Just observe your body and you can write down how you feel. How do I interpret strong emotions? Just be aware, just observe. Close your body and just observe what do you feel? Do you feel fear about the future? Do you feel like you want to do something but you're not doing it? Just observe. Maybe at which area of your body you feel it. Just observe. Be an observer. Do not react to emotions. Just observe. Yeah, if you need to talk to yourself, talk to yourself. It all works. Once I was reading that monks are doing that practice, talking with themselves, because it works. You can be a best friend to yourself. You can write questions to yourself and you will experience an answer to each question. You can communicate with your body. For example, the inner child healing is all about that, healing the inner child, going into the wounds from the past, recognizing the emotions from the past and going into that, from what was the moment where we've experienced that first fear, that strongest anger, the strongest sense of being judged or whatever. If we're not healing that, we are reflecting that in the world. And then we are asking ourselves why we are so afraid of that. It's because it's still within us. We haven't overcome that yet. We can learn to elevate our emotions. How to elevate our emotions? You can close your eyes and ask yourself how joy feels like. That's what Joe Dispenza is teaching. How great it feels like. How love feels like. How happiness feels like. Just keep asking those questions and you can reflect your past, the moments where you've been truly joyful, how it felt like in your body. Birds are still celebrating the sun. So, my friends, I will leave you here now. Now it's for real. I will leave you here because my battery is getting low. my battery in the battery of the phone. So so I'm sending love to all of you. Have a beautiful day, my friends. For those of you who are having hard times, it all will pass. It all will pass. Keep up with your work. Remember that at times like that we are building the deepest muscles. So, love, blessings, and power to all of you. Have a beautiful day, my friends. And for all of you who would like to send me messages or anything, you can find me on Instagram, AttractPassion, or on the link in the description. You can add me there, you can write me questions, and when I take time, I answer you, so you can find me there. And breathe, my friends. Go outside and just enjoy the beauty. Enjoying the beauty, because it's always present, right? If we are not so much lost here, we can recognize all of that. It's always here, supporting you. Nature is supporting us. And stay creative. One love.